Today we came up to the school to basically take the kids through the design process and the logic that went behind the Learning Plaza project. So we took them through the initial reaction to the space when we first saw it before it was remodelled. We took them through the considerations that we had to take with regards to what we were doing with the space, how we were going to light the space, how we were going to treat the space with regards to heating and ventilation. We started off by focusing in on the lighting. We looked at the software that we used to do those calculations. We then went to Autodesk Revit, again another software package, and that's where we actually then started to coordinate the mechanical and the electrical services together to produce A, the design, but B, the schedules, the quantities, and also the working drawings that the guys priced and actually used out there on the site. And finally we looked at how we take the information from the architect, the structural engineer and the MEP people, merge those together to create one file that allows everybody to sort of be involved in a three-dimensional representation of a space. I'm an electrical engineer and my role within the council is obviously to provide adequate lighting, cost-effective electrical solutions for a space. So I'll look after things like your data, your fire alarms, lighting and power obviously, and that's my role within the council. So I work as part of a team of engineers, electrical and mechanical, and we're based at Woodhill House. In my day, to get a trade was one of the key things. Okay. So I was fortunate that a local guy who did a lot of work on the estate where I grew up in needed a youngster. I became an apprentice electrician and served my time as an early. So I spent 3 years going to night school every Tuesday and every Thursday night to get firstly sitting gills and then advanced sitting gills, which allowed me to become an approved electrician. And I got into contract management, so I became office based, and I found and developed a talent for software, how to design software. I've written specifications for companies to actually build software packages. It was quite successful, got quite high up, but I got bored. And that's when I became aware there was a position at the council for an electrical engineer. In fact, there was 2 positions going. I knew one of the engineers because I'd done council work as a contractor. He says, come and have a chat. I came and had a chat. I thought, yeah, I kind of like this. Because there's a wide spectrum of buildings the council own. So there's a great diversity of work that's available. The focus would be mathematics and physics. If they can get a concept of what we're doing today about three-dimensional stuff, I think that kind of makes the industry more attractive. Graphics, the stuff that you guys are doing in this department, and the physics and the maths would support the theory aspect of the discipline as well. Study. I do a lot of offline training courses and things, just purely to keep up with the technology. The rules and regulations on the electrical industry are changing. We've just introduced the 18th edition of the regulations. Because that's a new edition, you'll soon get amendments, so we're continually looking at regulations. We're continually trying to keep ourselves up to speed with the latest rules, the latest regulations, because obviously if we do something wrong, a building could burn down or somebody could get seriously hurt or even potentially killed. So we're continually looking at training. So it's that self-belief to say, I'm just going to take it offline, I'm just going to go and watch a training video and learn from it. See what other engineers are doing in the world. Not just the UK, it's global. So yeah, just a bit of self-belief and just get in there.